Good morning, everyone. I wanted to share with you all a little bit of information in regard to the new mobile app. I've got a lot of questions around it, so I just really want to address those questions that I'm getting so that I can hopefully help your consumers have the very best experience. When you guys download the new KW app or it updates on your phone, it's actually going to update as a consumer would see it because this is truly a consumer facing app. When you guys get there, you're going to see this exact screen that you see right now on my phone. This is going to be what's there. So it's going to be asking you to sign up or log in. You will not have a login for this as an agent unless you have already created a login that you are using as a consumer account. So what I would recommend to you when you first open the app is go ahead and sign up. Just click on sign up. And when you sign up for an account, you're going to be creating for yourself a consumer account that you are able to use to test this app for the consumers to have a better understanding when you explain it to them. So I always say never practice on a paying client. So I would practice on myself before I sent it to consumers and different clients that I have in order for them to utilize the app. So you would just fill in your first name, last name, email address, etc., and hit sign up and it will open it up. I already have done that, so I'm going to hit log in and log in really quick so that you guys can see what happens when they've created, when they have created their account. So when you've created your account, it's going to open up and this is what they're going to see. This is what you're going to see. The first screen comes up to houses, everything that's available in the area in which they're currently in or they've currently been. So I live in this area up here, so you're going to be seeing where I have been. So the blue dot shows us where we are right now. And just like our old app where we had the nearby homes feature, you're going to be able to click. There's a little arrow right up here that in the search bar. If you click on that arrow, it's going to change it to say current location. So when you click on current location, it's going to hone in on where you are and show you the houses nearest you. So from here, kind of understanding, navigating this, you have up at the top, you have price, beds, bath, property type, etc. So then you would be able to come in here and change the price point. You'd be able to come in here and update the bedroom bath count. You'd be able to come in here and say, I only want to see houses, or maybe you only want to see condos, or more than one. You can even come in and add more filters. You could come in and add other filters, like maybe you want at least 3 bathrooms. Maybe you want a certain number of square feet. Maybe you want newer construction. So you can come in here and change all those filters. So as you can see, in our current area, you're not actually going to be able to see any houses around us that meet those stringent criteria. Now, as I zoom out, houses will start to appear that meet that criteria. You'll be able to click on each house and see the information about the house, pictures, info, and then commute times, which I've put these locations in so that I could get commute times. I'll show you that here in a second. So from here, you're going to be able to look at houses. As you look at houses, you can come in and you can click the heart, and it will allow you to add it to a group of favorites. So I've created a fake account that's called Sunny Buyer, and so Sunny Buyer actually shared some favorites with my account, and I can see that person's favorites, but I also have a list of favorites, so I can add that to my favorites. And as soon as I do that, I think I actually have already added that one to my favorites. That's why it did that. So as soon as you add something to your favorites, it puts a little red heart on it on the screen. All right, so a couple more things about the app. So I actually want to navigate over to where you see my initials, JB, where it says you. Under here, you want to make sure on your account that you have yourself as your agent. So right here under your agent, you want to make sure that you have yourself here. If you don't have yourself there, you're going to want to click on the find your agent right here, and then search for yourself and find yourself on there. click to contact and confirm. And it actually isn't going to contact them at that moment. Well, it does. It gives you a notice, but it doesn't contact them like via text or anything. It just gives you a notice inside your Kelly and inside your command, but it's going to tie the app to you. So what's really important is that you have yourself tied to your app before you start sharing it. Because if you start using the Share KW app button right down here, then it's not going to be sharing your version of the app. So if I was going to go in here and click message, it's going to show this particular code for my own app. Let's see. That's not showing on my screen right now, but oh, there it is, a little bit of a delay. So it's not going to send a generic version of the app. It's going to send my version of the app. So I just want to make sure you guys know that. All right. So looking at this screen here, you guys will see history, my account, add a co-buyer, your agent, share KW app, legal, sign out. So under history, you're actually going to be able to see the recently viewed houses that you've been looking at, okay? You're going to be able to see as the consumer. Now, those are also going to be shared to you, the agent, inside of Command. Under my account, you have your profile that you can go in and you can add interests. You can add your phone number. I already added that in there, but you can come in here as the consumer and add other pieces of information. Then you, of course, can change your password and you can add places. So I came in and added the new office address, 7158 Lee Highway. I added Boyd Buchanan, where my kids go to school, and I added a different place in Ottawa. So I added Lawford Way so I could practice like different kinds of mapping from different locations because I just kind of wanted to see how it worked for different locations. So that's an apartment community. So I added that one. So in here, I just came in and added those places so that when I look at every house, it gives me the driving directions and all that information for commute times on each house to where those important places are. You can also give feedback as a consumer. So I can give feedback as a consumer if something isn't working properly. So they can actually submit their own request, or you can submit the request as an agent. That's why you would want your market center ID, which ours is 532 for Chattanooga, East Brainerd, Hickson, and Ottawa. But you would want to make sure that you fill out these forms when you're seeing issues. So maybe you're seeing houses that are actually under contract that are showing as active. Sometimes that happens because of the timing of the feed. Sometimes that happens because contingent is technically an active status. So if you're seeing stuff that you want to give feedback on, you can go in here and do that. All right, so add a co-buyer. So if I was purchasing a home and I'm a consumer, I could add my co-buyer. I could add my spouse, I could add my parent, I could add my sister, whoever I was buying the house with, right? I could come in here and add a co-buyer. And then when I do this, it's gonna send that co-buyer a download code for this app. It's going to enable them to have discussions with you, create collections with you, share agent insights, guides, everything with you. They'll be able to see everything kind of in tandem with you. So that's adding the co-buyer. So that really kind of goes over everything in the U menu. The saved menu, as you can see, I have two recent collections. So I have mine and then I have Sunny, right? So those are some different collections that I've created. I can create a new collection. I could say homes close to school. And then homes close to school will be there. And now when I go back out to the search, maybe I'm over here. Let me change my price point. Actually, let me clear all my filters. Okay. So now when I come over here and I find a property, maybe this is property that I'm interested in, I could add this one to homes close to school. Okay. So that's the saved feature. Disclaimer, the saved feature is not showing up all the saved houses in your command in the back end right now. that's something that they're working on. It's something that you're going to be able to see. It's just important to know that that's a piece that's still in process. So if people are finding homes that they're interested in, make sure that tell them to contact you through the contact form on each house. So if I was interested in this house and I wanted to have information, I would tell them to hit ask your agent and then just type in what they're interested in and submit that. So when they submit that, it's going to send a Kelly notice to me that they've sent something to me, and it's also going to show up in command. So those are some important things to know. From there, you can also go to a list view. So some people like to look at things in a list view, or they can look at the map view. So it's important to know those things. Another feature about this map view is that they do have the ability to look at different neighborhoods by clicking on the name of the neighborhood when they're zoomed in. It's going to show them market snapshot. It's going to show them current stats, sold stats, what locals say, commute times if they've entered some of that information in there. It's going to show nearby schools. It's going to show nearby private schools. Look there, Boy Buchanan. And it's going to show different places of interest. So from that neighborhood, it's going to show places of interest like restaurants, grocery stores, cafes. It's going to show all that kind of information. It's going to show different homes for sale. So you guys can scroll through and see the different houses that are for sale in that area. So I think it's really cool that you have that ability to see neighborhood level information. Okay, the last thing I'm going to show you is the guide. So the guide does have an opportunity for you to do a little bit of customization to it. Actually, you can do a lot of customization to it, of walking through what the buying process and selling process looks like with you as the agent. That is all done in the back end of command under the consumer tab inside of sites and app data. So you just want to make sure you go in there and do that. So in here, you can come in and create your specific guide of information. When you look at yours and you look at mine, you're going to see that there's some big differences because I've moved Get Pre-Approved to the top. I've added information about my local mortgage partners with all their information here. I have added some information about home inspection and put a list of my preferred inspectors in here, right there. You guys can see that. So as they walk through this process, they're going to be able to know kind of every step of the way what it is that's coming next, because they don't really want you to be on demand at 11 o'clock at night. They want the information to be on demand. They want to know where you are and what you're doing. So every time that they click on one of these pieces, they're going to get some great information. So that is the main overview of the app. The main thing I want you guys to know is, number one, when you first go to the app, you do not have a login unless you create one. And when you create it, you're creating it as a consumer, not as an agent. So this is truly that consumer-facing app that's going to be comparable to other user experiences that they have, except that they have some enhanced features like at the neighborhood level. They have enhanced features like the guide, the saved for homes, all of the way that they can contact you, the way that they can share the app with others. Because when you have people who are using your technology and they're using your tools, they will be one of your biggest advocates. So they'll be able to share this app with others. And when they share it with them, then those people are going to be able to then utilize this tool, and you'll be able to get information about who is working with you on your app. Okay, so I do want to quickly show you. Just pause with me for 1 second while I go in here to, let's see here, agent.kw.com. I'm going to go in and open my command, and I'm going to share that to you guys. Just want to make sure I get it open. Google Chrome command. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to share with you guys my KW command screen really quickly so you can see a couple of these things. So first of all, a couple of new things that relate to the app is that you can customize your home screen, and there is a new widget called leads. So you have to check it in order for it to show up. But you can move the leads. It typically shows up way down here, but you can move it up to the top corner so that you have the ability to see all the people who are coming through from Facebook leads or from KW app or website leads, people who are coming in. So all of these people, for the most part, came in from ads that we ran for career night. They came in. This one is the fake account, as you can see. So I don't have leads coming in that are for buyers or sellers. But when you guys go over to contacts, I just want to show you guys really quickly. There's a couple really cool things that you need to know. And if you see your name on my contact screen, it's just because I have you guys in my contact database because you're my peeps. So when you go to the filters button, I'm actually going to annotate this for you so that you're able to see where I'm clicking. So when you guys go to filters, it's going to open this screen. And if you scroll all the way to the bottom and go to branded to me and click yes and apply, it's going to show you all of the people who are branded to you. And as you can see, I have created 3 accounts in practice for people who are branded to me. It looks like I need to help out a couple of people who may have my app on their phone. So we'll figure that out. But so as you guys are looking on here, you could go in to my account and it'll show you message from your agent site, interested in showing. So this was the house that they viewed right before they were interested in showing. So I can click on that house and it should pull up that blue house because that was the last one that I looked at before. Let's see if it's actually gonna pull it up the way that I saw it. Actually, no, I'm sorry, it pulled up that one. It's probably the last one on my list. Let's see, probably this one right here. That's why it's so important for us to get the favorites up and running. There it is. There's that little blue house. So from there, you would be able to then know what house was it that they were interested in seeing. So as you can see over here, that this person has looked at a lot of things and they've done a lot of work inside the app. So that's a really good piece of information for you to know. The other thing I want to show you really quickly is in consumer. So in consumer, when you guys come in here and you go over to site and app settings, you have the Learn More with Kelly guides, which is where you're going to want to go to the consumer settings to walk through. So you're going to walk through this consumer settings Kelly guide to get your consumer app up and running, just to make sure that everything is set up properly. It's going to have you tied to your app. It's going to have a landing page that's created for the desktop or laptop computer. It's going to create your smart plan that you can deploy out to different people so that you can send them links to your app so that you can get people in your database to download it. And it's also going to make sure that your guide framework is set up. So your guide framework is inside of here. So once you walk through that, all those things will be completed. And then up here at Guide Builder is actually going to give you the ability to really customize the guide. So you've got the guide set up initially in site and app settings. And then in here, you can come in and you can edit and customize all of the steps of the guide with lots of additional information, like those phone numbers and names of home inspectors, mortgage lenders, adding steps. All of those pieces are going to be inside of here. So those are a couple of things that I wanted to make sure you guys knew about with the app. The other thing is that up here in the notification bell, you should see when we click on the notification bell, a new contact form message was sent by Jessica Borden. So that was what we sent through a little while ago. And I don't know why that's duplicating. I'll have to send that to support. But it's showing that I logged in. It's showing that I sent a message about a particular property. So it's kind of keeping you up to date and letting you know what is going on with your people. So hopefully that's helpful to you. One last thing I want you guys to see that I think will be really great is that you can go in and get, I guess, another filter that you could do as you could come in and you could, oh, my Wi-Fi is getting really slow. So last visited within the last 3 days. So anyone who has visited anything on your site in the last 3 days, and I think these are just ghost accounts because I have only created one account on my phone. I've logged in a whole bunch of times, but I think it's ghosting. I'll send that into support. If you guys are seeing this too, please send that into KW support. But you'll be able to see the last time that somebody was on, and that will help you know who should you be calling today. So all in all, I hope that this gives you guys a little bit better information around the new mobile app and how to share it and how to talk about it and how to use it. And then how Command interacts back and forth with it. If you guys have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I'm here for you. I know that we're socially distanced right now, but that doesn't mean that we have to really be that far apart because technology can bring us close together even when we're in two separate places. If you, like I said, have any questions, feel free to reach out. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. Make today awesome. Bye.